Welcome back to Birch's Blessed Barbecue. My name's Michael Birch. Let's make some smoked juicy. We have our salmon. We picked this salmon up from a local store. And the first thing we're gonna do is trim us a piece off. We're only gonna be smoking this thicker piece of salmon. And then we'll pan sear this one and get a nice crispy skin on the back. But this would dry out before we are done with this. So we're gonna set these two to the side. Start with seasoning this. Since we are cooking it on the pellet smoker today, we're not gonna worry about seasoning the skin. It's not gonna get crispy how I would want. So we are just gonna season the top side here. We're gonna start off with going down with a little SPG. Also has some brightness in it as well. It's gonna pair well with this salmon. Then we're gonna go down with our peach habanero rub. This peach habanero is gonna give us a little sweet heat action on this salmon. I'm gonna pat it in there and make sure we get all these sides right here. And we're gonna go down with this rub here that has some onion, red pepper, some onion, bell pepper, and garlic, and some thicker coarse pieces. Add a little bit more look, a little bit of bite to it. A little bit more of that savory flavor. The salmon is looking perfectly seasoned to me. We do have the smoker set to 250, and we're just gonna transfer this over to this foil lined baking sheet, and then we're just gonna cook it on there. Not too worried about the skin getting done here. And this is looking well seasoned. Smoker should be up to temp, so let's go ahead and get it on there. An hour later, our salmon is done, looking beautiful, a nice crust on there. And as you can see, it is nice and juicy still. We cooked it to 135, and now we're gonna let it rest to come up to about 140, 145. It is time to dig into this salmon. Nice and easy after we trimmed it. This only took an hour. I like how it's smelling right now. Let's go ahead and bite into it. The skin should just stay right on there as it did. Nice and pink, still juicy. Let's see what it's tasting like. Sweet. It's sweet, savory. It's a little bit of a kick, but I like how when we smoked it, it formed a little bit of a crust on the salmon, so there's a bite to the exterior that really caught that smoke. And then we come through here, it's juicy. The skin is staying down, still nice and pink. Dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang, dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang. I just want to keep eating it. Honest with you. The sweetness, the savoriness, the kick is not the freshest salmon, but yeah. If you're not normally a fish eater, I think you should give this salmon a try. Take your time. Like, really, stop rushing. All right, we know we don't have a lot of time, but we got enough time to where you don't need to rush into things that you're not even supposed to be. Take some time to make the right decision. Because when we make the right decision, we're headed to where exactly we need to be. If we start making quick decisions and not thinking about what we're doing, we're going to have to backtrack, learn lessons that we could have learned different ways, and end up in the same place, just taking a little bit longer. Don't rush what you're doing. I remember wanting to lose 100 pounds. And before I committed to it, in the process of it, I was looking for all the fad diets, the fast ways to lose the weight, right? To cut this out, to cut that out, to do this, to don't eat that, and really just limiting myself and thinking I had to do this exactly how it was presented or it's not gonna work, right? Like, I want this done so fast that I'm willing to do things that aren't really going to help with the longevity of where I'm going, right? They will help me lose weight just because of the calories and deficits that you're putting yourself in from these fad diets that you're doing, but it's not going to help you sustain where you're headed, where you are. All right. So when I decided to stop trying to take the fastest route, I committed to doing the thing every day, right? To building the habit, to learning exactly what I needed to be. And I didn't get there that fast. I got there in 18 months, but I needed to learn throughout this whole process. And as I was going through it, it was tough. It was hard. I was struggling. But at the end of it, I realized I wouldn't have been able to handle the 100 pounds. Like, I could have lost it doing the other ways, but I wouldn't have been able to maintain it. I wouldn't have learned portion control. I wouldn't have learned calories. I wouldn't have learned exercise. We all know we need to do these things, but throughout this process, I learned I need to make it a lifestyle. It became a lifestyle. It wasn't just a fad diet, something that I did to get to this point. Where I'm going and where I'm headed, it became a lifestyle. It's becoming a lifestyle. It's who I am. It's the habits that I've built, what I do, and the decisions that I make on a day-to-day basis. So when I say take your time, there's certain things you won't learn by going the fast route, right? And it's not the slow route. I think it's perfect timing, but there's certain things that we learn when we take the discipline route, right? Let's call it the discipline route, right? The consistency route, the progress route. Like, we're focused on the process and not just the end destination. And when we start going through the process and it's hard and it's tough, but we learn to enjoy it, it becomes a lifestyle. It becomes who we are. And when we get to that destination and we have the thing that we wanted for so long in our hands, we built the skills to handle it and manage it. I just want to tell you to stop looking for the fast route, the fastest way to make money, the fastest way to lose weight, the fastest way to build this career, the fastest way to grow on social media. Focus on you, right? I focus on building my character, developing my mind, developing my heart, developing my body, and just becoming overall who I'm meant to be so that I can continue moving in that direction. So I want to encourage you to look inside you. What do you really want? Who do you really want to become? Because that's the key. It's the character part. If you go the fast way and get it, you don't have the character to keep it. All right, it might take longer building your character and then getting it, but you built your character and who you are, and it just is attracted to you. It just comes to you. The opportunities flow to you. I want to encourage you not to rush, not to speed through life, but to enjoy the moments that we have. Even the tough moments when we're struggling later on, once we get out of it, because it too shall pass. For myself, I look back on it and it's like I needed that. At first, I didn't understand it, but it's like I needed that. Without this part of my life, when I was making decisions and doing things I had no business doing, it's like, oh, without this lesson, you're not who you are today. Through this lesson and making these decisions and going to these places and doing these things, I learned as I'm getting out of it and changing who I am and making different decisions. This is the way to progress. This is the way to progress and get to where I want to be. That there's a system, right? There's a system in just this small part of my life that I can add to different things that I want in life. Losing the weight taught me that. Taught me consistency, discipline, my heart, my mind, my character. So then I feel like whatever I want to do, whatever I want to achieve, if I apply these to it, I need to tweak it a little bit and still grow, that I'll get to where I need to be. And you'll get to where you need to be when you decide to just go through the process, right? To stop worrying about the timeline of the destination and focusing on having this thing. Yes, we need that to know where we're going, but we need to detach from that, locking right here today and start making the decisions to get there. Because we can have this idea and think about it and want it so bad, but if we're not taking the day-to-day actions to get there, it's not going to do anything for us, right? With that being said, thank you for watching this video and choosing to spend some time with me today, making some salmon, having this conversation, growing together. Hey, you should give this salmon a try. Quick, easy, 250 on the pellet smoker. There's different ways to pan fry it. We chose the pellet smoker today at 250. Only took an hour. Tender, juicy, flavorful. You can season it whatever you like. Do some honey for a sweeter salmon, a more savory salmon. You can do the herb with the lemon salmon. Hey, you can do whatever you like. Tag me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok when you cook it and let me know what route you went. Tag me at Birch's Blessed BBQ. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Don't rush it, because if you rush it, you ruin it. Right? We try to cook things up real quick. We bump the temp up when it really needs to be at 250. We bump it to 400. We try to cook it for the same amount of time, then it burns. All right? Make the decision, stick with it for long enough so that you can see the results. All right, I love you. God bless you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.